Hello everyone, welcome to Pratibha Tech. In this video, we will solve the problem of the day question on Geeks for Geeks for 25th February 2023. The problem statement for today is valid compressed string. This problem is based on strings and greedy algorithms, and this question has been asked in Facebook interview. So let's now open this problem. Let's go through the problem statement first. Here it says a special compression mechanism can arbitrarily delete 0 or more characters and replace them with the deleted character count. Okay, so it is trying to say that one mechanism is there. So through that mechanism we can delete 0 or more number of characters, and those deleted characters will be replaced it with the deleted character counts. So suppose if you delete five characters, so instead of those characters, it will be displayed 5 there. So given two strings s and t, where s is the normal string and t is a compressed string, determine if the compressed string is valid for the plain text string s. Okay, so we will be given two input as s and t, and we have to see whether the t is the compressed string, and we need to find whether the t is the valid compressed string for the plain text which has been given in s input. So let's go through this example first. So here what it is trying to say, here it is saying that s is geeks for geeks, t is G7G3s. Okay, here the output is 1. We can clearly see that t is a valid compressed string for s. So here, so how it is done, that g is there, then g is here, then after that here if you see the next character is g, so this is g here. So in between these two g, 7 characters have been deleted. That means one. Okay, let me copy this here input. Control C. So these are the two strings here. So here let me just increase font size. Yeah. So here this g is here. Then after that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these many characters have been deleted, and instead of these deleted characters, 7 has been mentioned here. What was mentioned in this problem statement? That means we can arbitrarily delete 0 or more characters and replace them with the deleted character count. So the number of characters which we delete, so that count has to come in the compressed string. So after that this g is there, then g is there, then after that again 3 is there. So we here it is said that these 3 characters are deleted. Then for those deleted characters 3 is written here. Then at last s is there, s is here. So here we can see this t is a perfectly valid compressed string for s. That means the number of characters that has been deleted from s, so those count is clearly reflecting correctly in t. So that's why it is saying the output is 1. So here the approach which we will follow to solve this question is that we will iterate through this t here, and we'll see if the character is there, if this character is matching with the character from the s. And when we get a number, so we will try to skip those many characters in s. So suppose initially when we will get g here, then we will verify, yes, is this character, is this matching with the first character of this s? Let's say yes, it is matching. Then we will get one number. So then what we will do, the number which we will get, so we will try to skip those many characters from here, and then after that we will start checking from this place. Then after that we will get g here, then here yes, g is there, then again we will get number, this 3, then we will again skip 3 characters there, and at last we will see if s is there, then yes, s is there. Okay, so this approach we will follow to solve this problem. Here we need to just take care of one clause. Suppose if somehow two numbers come in between. That means right now it is, if it is between 0 to 9, then it is then it is clearly obvious, then it is one digit character, one digit number. So we will skip those many characters. But suppose if there is one more digit here, that means 79, something like 79. So here the thing to take care is that we will not check first 7 characters, then again 9 characters. Instead, we have to consider this total number as one number. That means it won't be considered as 7 and then again 9. It will be considered as 79. So we have to skip 79 characters in the given string, which is S. I hope this point is very clear. We will not skip individual numeric digit characters in S. Rather than that, we will take the whole number. That means the complete number that is there before any character is appearing. So here it is 79. Then we will try to skip 79 characters. And if those characters are not present, that many characters, then we can clearly say at any point, if any negative scenario is there, we will simply return 0. So okay, so let's understand that example as well. So what I was trying to say, that let that string S input be S only. So I'll just copy it again so that it won't have any confusion. This one. But suppose T is here, T. So how many characters are there? Geeks 5, 5, 3, 8, 8 and 5, 13. So if suppose T is somehow how to form 13, just some random combination I'm trying. This is 8, 4, 1, 8, 4, 1. So it is 13. Okay. So one way to approach this one is that first we will replace 8 characters. That means geeks, then 4. Then this much will be replaced with 8. Okay, then fine. Next 4 characters are replaced. So this is replaced by 4, and this one, this S is only 1, so this is replaced by this one. So at first it will look like yes, this T is a correct valid compressed string for S. That means the number of characters which you are deleting from S, that many numbers we are writing here. But it should not be considered that way. It should be, instead of considering it as 8, 4, 1 separately, we need to form a number that which is 841. Then we have to see whether this length is there in that, and if it is yes, then we will skip those many characters. And if that length of S is not this much, that means the value, the number which we have got from T string, then we will simply return 0, saying that this is not a valid compressed string. I hope this point is, and this approach is clear. So keeping this only in mind, let's start coding the approach. So here first I will create 2 variables, int I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0. I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0. What is happening here? Then what we'll do, see which approach we tried. We said that we will iterate over this one T. We will iterate over T and we'll try to match the characters. If it is matching, then well and good, then we will proceed. If it is not matching and we are getting a number, then we will try to skip those many characters from S. So we will start our iteration from T. So here I'm just iterating through while loop. So here while j less than T dot length of. So until the value of j crosses the complete length of T, till then we will be performing certain operation. So here what we will check? We will check if what is the character there, the character which we are getting in T starting, what is that character there at index j. So character dot, we are checking that is it a letter, letter or digit. Letter means the alphabetical letter. So and here we will do T dot char at j. So what we are doing, we are extracting a character from at jth index from T, and we are checking whether that is a character or a digit. So if it is a character, then we have to check the corresponding character in S string. So before checking that, we will see if I is greater than or equal to s dot length of. So see, since we are doing while operation, so we will be incrementing the values of I and j in this while loop. So at any moment, the value of I is becoming greater than the length of s, then we have to return 0. That means this I is has already crossed the length of this one, and then we are still comparing with the corresponding variable in t. So that is not a valid scenario. So we will simply return 0. And other scenario is that if the characters are not at all matching, just suppose here we have got character here, but here we have got some other character or some other thing, or yeah, see, s will only contain letters only. So here it is G, but here it is A. So there is no point in matching anything further, because here at first instance only it is failing, which is clearly indicating that T is not a valid compression string of S. So if that letter mismatch is there, so how do we check this? If T dot caret j not equal to T dot not equal to S dot caret of I, S dot caret of I. So in S in S string we are traversing with I counter or the variable, or in and T we are referencing with J. So we are saying that if T dot caret of J not equal to S dot caret of I, that is any point, any mismatch is there, then simply no need to proceed further if with anything, simply return 0. So that so this will be the end of one scenario. Okay, but if this is not there, then what we will do? We will increment. We will look for the next characters. That means if this is a valid scenario, thus yes, it is a letter, but this is not satisfying. Then what we will do? We have to check the next character. For that, we will increase I plus plus. Okay, so here this one, so we have in this if this condition is if condition is valid, then we will increment I so that we can proceed for the next character. But if this is not correct, then that means if this is not a letter, then what we will do? Then we will go to else block. Then see, it is clearly saying it will contain either some number or letters. So if it is not a letter, then it will be a number. So what we'll do, we will try to it is a characters. First we will try to extract that number. So it will be character dot get numeric value. This method, character method is there, so it value v will be in capital. So here we'll simply try to get that value char at of j. So that means whatever the character we are getting, that will be a digit here. In this case we'll get 7. So we will convert that 7 to get numeric value. That means we will convert it to simply this to one integer value. So this character dot get numeric value. So whatever the character we are extracting, and if it is a digit, then it will be converted to one number, and that we are storing it as a count variable. So these many count we will be skipping in the S string. The same approach which we have discussed here. If it is 7 here, then those many 7 characters we will skip. That means we will increment the counter of I by 7. So that we can the pointer reaches this place, and we can compare again G and G, this G and this G. Okay. So yeah, but this one is the one scenario that when we are getting one digit, but the other scenario which we discussed related to this one, that means if consecutive digits are there, so we will check if whether if even the next digit is if the next character is a digit, even we will check that. So what we will do? For checking that, we will use a while loop. That means till that till the consecutive characters are digit. So for that this while loop is getting used, because if we look at the second example, here it is 841. So first we'll point to 8, then we'll check for next character, then yes 84, next character, then 841. So this while loop is needed to check the next subsequent characters until a character is found. So for that, what we will do, we will first check, because currently we are at j, so we'll check if at any moment if j plus 1 is less than t dot length. Again the same thing, if it is becoming greater than, then no point in checking, because we won't be able to find any characters there. If this is well within the limit of t dot length of this value, then we will check. Again the same thing, that means if whether the next character is a digit or not. So character dot is digit, and what we are checking, t dot caret of j plus 1. That means we are checking for the next character. Okay, if this is there, that means if the value of j is within the length of t, and the next character from the t string is also a digit, that means first we have got a digit over here, then we are checking for the next character. Even if that is also a digit, then what we will do, we will simply try to form a number. How we are forming a number? Suppose we are getting first 8, then we are getting 4, then how we will form this number? Whatever the number we have got, that 8 into 10 plus 4. So here it will be like 80 plus 4, which will be equal to 84. So this same operation we will be doing here. So what we will do, we will do count into 10 plus, let me just copy this, because we will just converting the t plus 1 character into a digit. So character dot get numeric value of t dot character of j plus 1. That means the same thing. This whatever the current pointer that is in reference, and that is definitely a digit, then we are just converting that character to its respective digit value, so that we can perform some kind of operation, mathematical operation there. So now it will be, earlier it was 8 here in from that example, 8 into 10 80 plus, next again we are getting some digits, so we are converting it to its numerical value, that will be 4. So 80 plus 4 is 84. Now what we do, we need to store it back to count, because now we have to skip these many characters in S. Earlier if only 8 was there and some characters were there after the 8, then we would skip 8 characters. But we have found no, even 4 is also a number. Then we will try to skip this one, 84 characters. But again we need to check. So this loop will continue, checking the next subsequent character in this string t, until we get a variable back. So here what we are doing, in this one we will increment the value of j, because this one j plus 1 we are checking the next counter with this j1, so we will incrementing this value. But after this, when that complete number is formed, then we will simply check if count is greater than s dot length, I think spelling is dot length, s dot length of, and minus I, because we are starting at a particular index I. So from that point we have already compared g and g initially, then after that we are comparing 7 characters. But if this 7, if s is not containing those many characters, so we are how many, so from where to check, we will check till the previous point where that matching was done. So it was done till I, so we will just subtract from I from that given length, and we will check whether that many characters are there to skip. So for that reason we are checking if count is greater than this operation, that means length of the string s minus I. So if this is done, then we will simply return 0, saying that those many characters are not present to skip. So it will simply return 0. So if we are getting 10 characters to skip, but as containing only 4 characters, then how will you skip? So simply we will return 0. But even when this is done, then what we'll do, whatever the count we have got here, we'll simply increment the value of I. I is equal to I plus count. So if this is, yes, if this is well within the limit, yes, the length of s is large enough that it can skip the value of count. So we will simply add count to that variable, the count to I. Okay, so this is done here. And if you see, this is the else part of this one, and this is if part here, if part for this one, and here we are checking this while loop, while j is less than t dot length. So for that operation, here we need to increment j. That means it will keep checking the next character of j, of next character of t string using index j. So we'll increment this counter of j. So now after this is done, then this complete operation is done here. Then we will see what is the value of s here. No, sorry, what is the value of I? If I is equal to s dot length of, then we will simply return 1. That means this, yes, this t is a valid compressed string of s. If this is not the case, then else return 0. So I'll try to explain this part again. So see, so initially when I was here, if you are considering this string, I was here, then at this one I will be 1. Okay, here I will be 1. Then what we're doing, we are getting some j value as t here from string t we are getting 7. So what we are doing, we are skipping those many characters and we are adding that value to I. This one, I is equal to I plus count. See, if we count all these things, that means g, the g is 1 character, then this deleted character is 7, 8, 1 plus 7, 8. This is again 1, 8 and 1, 9, 9 plus 3, 12, and s again 1 character, so 13. So the number of operations that has been done here, that should be equal to the number of equal to the length of s. So here g is 1, 7 and 3 and 3 characters, so 10 plus 3, 13. So that's why this is checked there, that after all this shifting is done or the counter is added to I, whether we are reaching the end of the string length or not. Whether we are reaching the end of the string s or not. If it is reaching and all these characters, all these criteria are fulfilled, then we simply return s is equal to 1. And if in between any point was there that any of the condition was violating, so we have already taken care of returning 0. But even then, if that string is something falling short, then we will simply return 0 from here as well. Okay, so that's it. This is a very simple question, and that's it. This is the coding part of it. So now let's try compiling this code. So see here we have got our output correctly. So here we can even try to check the other input, that other example which we have taken here, 841. So it will be 841. So it won't skip 8 characters separately, 4 separately, 1 separately. It will try to skip 841 characters, which is not there in S. So it should return 0. So here you can see that even this condition is, or this output is even correct here. So now let's try submitting the solution. So here we can see we have got all the test cases cleared here and we have solved this problem successfully. Yeah, so that's all in this video. I'll be providing the link of this question in the description box. So please do check out that and try to solve it. And yeah, so that's all in this video. Please like, comment and share the video, and please subscribe to the channel for more such upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.